In his latest White House meeting, President Trump spoke about relations with Russia.
Nothing is off the table. I haven't eased anything.
So let's get the latest now from Bloomberg's Jennifer Epstein, who's at the White House. Jennifer, the president says he hasn't eased anything. So clarify for us what exactly happened with Treasury.
So he was just asked if these sanctions have. There's been an easement of a small piece of one thing, and that's something that happens with some regularity, as Sean Spicer said during the briefing, and that's kind of what happened here. It was something that apparently may have even started work under the Obama administration, but I think that we're all on high alert because of the president's stance toward Russia that seems to be much friendlier than the previous administration, that anything that seems like it's backing off from those sanctions on Russia would be taken as a really big step. And so I think this administration is trying to make it as clear as they can that this is just kind of a routine thing that has to be done to kind of continue the flow of business around technology. We have the president there saying that he didn't ease it. He was responding to a shouted question there, which is something that presidents a lot of times don't necessarily answer those questions, but I think he wanted to make it clear that that was the case. The other part of that statement that he said that you guys played back was saying that no options were off the table. That was about Iran and whether he would consider a military approach there, something that the Obama administration had basically taken off the table, something that the Trump administration has brought back discussion of in the past day or so, as they've been talking about a missile test and a boating incident. Again, this is returning to the specter of something that the Trump administration might actually take action on.
Jennifer, so the issue at hand here is about a Russian. It's basically having to do with cybersecurity. We know that Trump had just put out this executive order, well, was going to at least.
Well, he didn't actually sign it.
Right. So the question is, he's obviously thinking about cybersecurity. Did this play into that somehow? Is this if some way doing business with this company, or doing business with this Russian institution, going to be able to open doors in terms of their own protection or anything like that?
No, the administration hasn't really, at this point, explained its argument for this action, other than to say that it's of routine nature. But they haven't said this is because of cybersecurity or this is because of something else. So for at this moment in time, we're still kind of waiting for a little bit more on that.
So what's next, Jennifer? What kind of response when can we expect some kind of response from Russia?
I don't know that there is going to be a response on this just because it's a relatively minor thing. I think that what we do know from Russia so far, and I believe there have been some news reports on this coming out of there, is that they see this as a sign of an easing of tensions and easing of sanctions, and they're going to spin it that way, even if the Trump administration is trying to resist looking too friendly to Russia. Russia is happy to say we now have the U.S. president working with us in a way that the previous one didn't.